Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I will review material about psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics is a branch of linguistics that studies the relationship between language and the human mind. It focuses on how people understand, produce, and process language in their brain. In other words, psycholinguistics explains what happens inside the mind when humans learn, store, and use language to communicate. First, language acquisition. Language acquisition is the process by which humans learn a language, especially their first language. This process begins in infancy and happens naturally without formal teaching. Children learn language by listening to the people around them. Their brains slowly recognize sound, connect them to meanings, and learn how words are arranged into sentences. For example, a baby first understands simple words like mom or milk, then starts saying single words, and later forms short sentences like one milk. Over time, the child learns grammar and vocabulary automatically. This shows that the human brain is biologically prepared to learn language. Second, mental lexicon. The mental lexicon is the mental dictionary stored in the brain. It contains information about words such as their meaning, pronunciation, spelling, and how they are used in sentences. When you hear or read a word, your brain quickly searches this mental lexicon to find the correct meaning. For example, when you hear the word school, you immediately know what it means and how to use it, without consciously thinking about it. This shows how efficiently the mental lexicon works. Third, language processing. Language processing refers to how the brain understands language in real time. When someone speaks, your brain receives the sound, recognizes them as a word, and analyzes the grammar and understand the meaning, all in just a few seconds. For example, when you hear the student is reading a book, your brain quickly identifies who is doing the action and what the action is. This process is automatic and extremely fast. Fourth, speech production. Speech production is the process of turning thoughts into spoken words. It begins in the brain, where you decide what you want to say. Then your brain selects the right words, puts them in the correct order, and sends signal to the muscle of your mouth, tongue, and lips so you can speak. For example, before saying I'm hungry, your brain first creates the idea of hunger, then finds the word, and finally produces the sound. Fifth, speech perception. Speech perception is how we hear and understand spoken language. It involves listening to sound, identifying them as words, and connecting them to meanings in the brain. Even though different people have different accents or speak at different speed, our brains can usually understand them. For example, when someone says good morning, your brain recognizes the sound and understands it as a greeting. That's all from me. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.